Most men are not exhausted because life is difficult. They are exhausted because their minds never become silent. Even in moments of rest, even in safety, even in solitude, the mind continues fighting battles that do not exist. Long after conversations end, thoughts replay endlessly, searching for meaning, correction, or imagined danger that was never truly present. You imagine outcomes that may never happen. You prepare for problems reality has not created. And slowly, without noticing, thinking transforms into suffering. Overthinking does not arrive loudly as an enemy. It enters quietly, disguised as responsibility, convincing you that constant analysis equals intelligence and endless concern equals maturity. You tell yourself you are being careful, that you are preparing for the future. But preparation has a limit. Beyond that limit, thinking becomes paralysis. Motion disappears, decisions freeze, energy drains before action even begins. The mind becomes trapped inside possibilities instead of engaging with reality itself. The ancient Stoics understood this deeply. The samurai lived by it completely. A warrior standing on a battlefield could not afford endless thought. One moment of hesitation meant defeat. 1 second of doubt could end a life. Survival depended not on thinking more, but on thinking clearly and acting without delay. So they trained something modern men rarely train: the ability to silence the mind. Because clarity is not born from thinking more about everything. It emerges from thinking less about what cannot be controlled. Discipline begins where unnecessary thought ends and focused awareness begins. Today your battlefield looks different. There are no swords drawn before you, no armies approaching the horizon, yet your nervous system behaves as if danger never ends. Notifications demand attention. Opinions surround you constantly. Comparison follows silently wherever you go. Your mind never truly leaves combat mode. And when the mind never rests, it eventually begins attacking itself. First you question decisions, then abilities, then your own worth. Every possibility divides into 10 more possibilities until even simple action begins to feel overwhelming and impossible. This is the hidden tragedy of modern life. Men are no longer stopped by external obstacles. They are stopped by internal noise. Marcus Aurelius, writing during war, plague, and betrayal, reminded himself daily that suffering often exists more vividly in imagination than in reality. 2,000 years later, nothing has changed. The human mind still fears events that have not happened. The samurai faced uncertainty differently. Before battle, they practiced acceptance of death itself, not because they desired it, but because acceptance removed fear's authority. Once the worst outcome was accepted, the mind became free. Freedom did not come from safety, it came from surrendering the illusion of control. Overthinking is often the refusal to surrender uncertainty. You attempt to calculate every outcome and eliminate every possible risk. But life cannot be solved like an equation. The more control you seek, the less peace you experience. Notice what happens when you overthink. Your body becomes tense. Breathing grows shallow. Sleep disappears. Decisions feel heavier than they truly are. Energy drains without physical effort. You feel tired despite doing nothing. Thinking consumes energy just as battle does. The Stoics taught a simple distinction. Some things are within your control, and most things are not. Overthinking begins when these boundaries collapse. You start analyzing other people's opinions, future events, and uncontrollable outcomes. Your mind fights wars it cannot win. The Stoic Samurai method begins with separation. Separate reality from imagination, because confusion between the two sustains anxiety. Reality exists only here, in this breath, in this moment, in the action available now. Everything else is projection. Fear lives in projection. Anxiety lives in projection. Overthinking survives entirely in projection, feeding itself with imagined futures instead of present action. The samurai trained presence through repetition. Sword movements practiced thousands of times removed hesitation. When action became instinct, thought no longer interfered. They trusted training instead of analysis, allowing movement to replace doubt. Modern men often trust analysis instead of action, and confidence slowly disappears. Confidence is never built through thinking alone. It is built through movement. Action interrupts mental chaos and restores direction where hesitation once dominated. A message sent ends hours of imagined conversation. A decision made ends days of doubt. A step taken dissolves invisible fear. Action teaches the nervous system a powerful truth. You survive uncertainty, even when outcomes remain unknown. Each decisive act weakens overthinking's authority. The mind learns perfection is unnecessary. Mistakes become survivable experiences rather than catastrophic failures. Progress belongs to those willing to move before certainty arrives. Another cause of overthinking is attachment. You think endlessly because outcomes define your identity. Failure feels personal, threatening your sense of worth. But Bushido taught warriors something radical. Focus on effort and abandon attachment to results. Victory was honorable. Defeat was honorable. Only cowardice was shameful. When outcomes no longer determine self-worth, mental pressure dissolves. You act fully, yet calmly, without emotional dependence on success or fear of failure. Modern life overwhelms attention continuously. Silence has become rare. Without silence, thoughts accumulate endlessly. Both the Stoic and the Samurai practiced deliberate stillness, moments without distraction or stimulation. Walking without stimulation, sitting without escape. At first, discomfort appears and restlessness rises. The mind demands noise, but if you remain present, thoughts begin slowing naturally, like muddy water settling until clarity returns. You realize many thoughts never deserved attention. Observation replaces reaction. This is mental discipline, not suppression, but mastery. You are not your thoughts. You are the one witnessing them as they pass. Imagine standing beside a river while thoughts flow endlessly past. The untrained mind jumps into the current, fighting every wave. The disciplined mind watches calmly from the shore, aware yet unmoved. Overthinking loses power when observation replaces identification. Another hidden source of mental noise is lack of internal code. When values are unclear, every decision requires endless debate and hesitation. The samurai eliminated confusion through principle. Honor guided action. Discipline guided behavior. Loyalty guided choice. When identity becomes clear, decisions simplify. Choice becomes alignment instead of negotiation. Identity reduces overthinking because action reflects values automatically. The Stoics practiced negative visualization, imagining loss deliberately, not to suffer, but to weaken fear's control. Overthinking steals time silently. Days become preparation, months become hesitation, years become unrealized potential. Life becomes postponed indefinitely, while certainty is endlessly pursued but never achieved. The Stoic Samurai mind follows 3 steps. Observe clearly, decide calmly, act immediately, then release the outcome completely. Once action is taken, rumination serves no purpose. Acceptance preserves strength. Peace does not come from controlling life. It comes from mastering the mind, experiencing it. Silence your thoughts, strengthen discipline, and walk forward calmly and deliberately. Continue sharpening the mind, forging resilience, and building a soul strong enough to remain calm in any storm.